Yeah, well, first of all, good to see everyone. Exciting time. We still have a long ways to go in terms of spring. We actually have the conclusion of this week and then one more week ahead until we conclude on our pack day on the 20th. So we still have 4 practices left, and we're still in the infant stages, really, of building our identity and what type of team we want to be. But I've been really encouraged. I think we've made tremendous progress, not only on the field, but off the field with our connection as a football team. And, that's the exciting thing about college football is no two teams are ever the same. So there's new opportunities. And, we have to keep in mind that even though we were so young last year, we still about 50% of our current roster is going through spring football for the first time. When you look at, we have 14 new individuals in our program, 10 transfers, and then 4 mid-year enrollees from the high school level. So it's been exciting to see. I think we're continuing to get better. I think every coach, every program's optimistic at this point in time, and rightfully so. But I've liked our capacity for work on a daily basis. I've liked our mental disposition, the way our players have approached each and every day. It's been extremely competitive. But again, our deficiencies also, the more you practice, I think your deficiencies start to grow and kind of mount to, what you need to do to move forward. So very, very encouraged and looking forward to a strong finish this spring.
For our media on the call, please raise your hand. I'll call on you to ask those questions. We'll start it off with Chris.
Hey, Coach, wanted to ask you just about, the plan the rest of this week. You mentioned competition Saturday earlier in spring practice. Is that kind of the plan, I'm guessing, for Saturday?
Yeah, we've kind of mixed up our Saturdays. And the first Saturday we had competition Saturday, and I thought that was really productive. And I know our players enjoyed it. This past Saturday we had our first scrimmage, and you find out so much. And the thing that we struggle with is getting officials to our scrimmages and to our practices. So whenever you can have real officials, I think that really, really benefits your football team and your development of your football team. So this past Saturday, we had real officials, and I thought it was really, really beneficial for us from a teach standpoint, and we scrimmaged. Now, obviously, you saw some controlled scrimmage things, some third down things, some red zones, some low red areas, but we'll continue to do the same this Saturday. So we'll have another scrimmage, and I think it's important that we don't have any coaches on the field, and so much of it is not just the execution of your systems, but also the fundamentals and details that go in with the operations of learning to take your signals, learning how you line up, all those things of playing fast. And then there was live special teams as well. So we'll continue that. And then next week, we'll get back to our normal practice routine. And then obviously pack day and our spring game on the 20th.
Coach, you bring back the Sun Belt Freshman of the Year and Jalen Rayner at the quarterback position. What development have you seen out of him so far this spring?
I think sometimes we forget he's still a true freshman, but I see him growing and developing. I think the first thing is just the quarterback intangibles, the command presence that we talk about, from his voice inflection, different cadences, how he commands the huddle, the line of scrimmage, all those things. And then I think the individual fundamental details in terms of his footwork. He's very bright. He understands where he's at in the progressions and the rhythm and the timings, but I think has really been focusing more on the fundamentals and the details. And when he played really well last year, his feet were always underneath him. He was in a good base. And then when he struggled at times, a lot of it was his mechanics in the pocket. So we've really worked hard on that. And then just his overall leadership, like I said, command presence. And he's had a very, very good spring. I think he's been really one of our most consistent performers throughout the entire course of spring so far.
All right, let's go back over to Chris.
Hey, Coach, is there maybe a position group on offense and on defense that have really kind of separated themselves or really, have really stood out to you so far this spring?
I think we continue to still be work in progress. It's been an opportunity for other individuals in the offensive line in the absence of Jacob Bear right now. So it's been, a great opportunity for individuals to even get more reps. So I think the offensive line is continuing to evolve. The running back position, I like where we're at right now. We have 3 individuals that we return that played significant reps for us. So we're excited about that. And then when you add Jalen Boardley, a freshman coming in, then we'll add another individual in June. So I do like the progression of our running back position. I think all position groups are kind of work in progress. And I would really say the same thing with the defense, particularly in the defensive front. I like where we're at the defensive end position. But as we continue to grow and elevate, I think it's across the board. I think that sometimes lost in spring is not just the evolution or the development of your offensive and defensive systems and your players and your fundamentals and your details, but I think this is also where your special teams component is born as well. Is, every new year is a new opportunity, and we call it indisputable role understanding. Is everybody can help us win. Everyone has a role in this football team. And I think the other thing that's critical going throughout spring is who's going to be your core special teams players as well.